is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist, baby. What's up? What's up? Just wanted to remind you, this is hammer time, baby. Feeling a lot better than yesterday. Definitely feeling a lot better than the day before yesterday. And, yeah, baby. Hammer time is the time where we deal with your crazy, with our crazy. Everyone's crazy. Everyone's a little bit nuts. If you're not a little bit nuts, you're probably not a human. Everyone's a little bit bananas. So what I use is this mornings to talk about. The psyche, right? The art career, the psyche of the artist, how we feel, what do we do. I get people asking questions all the time, and by the way, if you have questions, you should ask them. I'm more than happy to answer whatever I think I can answer. Here for you guys. But one of the things that I've noticed is people keep asking about, repetitively, marketing. How much should I market? What should I market? Hey, when you get a chance, go to LinkedIn and check out my new article. My latest article on LinkedIn is about what I'm going to talk to you about today. But what ifs, do it after this video. Don't do it right now. Do it after the video. Then you can go and check notes and whatnot. So, how much should an artist market? How much should you market if you're an artist? I get people unsubscribing out of my deal every single day. I get messages sent out from people telling me, hey, you know what? You market too much. Like big mistake. I had someone just say, big mistake liking your Facebook fan page. I didn't say why. I just went like Jay-Z, Okay. Because I know why. The reason why is because they're never going to be part of my deal. They're not going to buy anything from me. They don't really like what I'm showing. They're not really into anything that I'm talking about. And so it doesn't bother me. It's okay. So with that being said, I will market the hell out of my pages. I beat my phone so hard that it cries. It's like, leave me alone. By the way, I'm releasing a workshop on how to market using your smartphone. How to market your artwork using your smartphone. I'm releasing a workshop for that because I know that a lot of artists have been asking me about how do you use your phone to market. Many don't know out there that your phone is a marketing machine. It's a marketing tool. If some of you would think this way, in the 60s, the 1960s, they would have died to have a cell phone. When the age of the madman, when they were marketing. And the reason why it's because it's such a fast, multi-purpose tool that most people don't use correctly. And if they use to consume rather than to market. And so most of us are consuming all the time, and we're not really using it to market. Now, there's a difference between stupid consumption, and there's a difference, and intelligent consumption. Good consumption, intelligent consumption is the kind of stuff that we're doing right now. I do this myself. I'll go and I'll listen to mentors or to people that simply have certain parts figured out that I need to go figure out, and they're teaching it, right? So that's a different type of consumption. But playing Candy Crush or watching YouTube videos that just you're not learning anything, that's just it's just not going to help you. So I am putting together this workshop, releasing it I already did it by releasing it. I have a version of it, but I haven't released that one because it's too short. It needs to be larger. I need to be able to show you guys more on how to use your smartphones to market yourself and your artwork. If it wasn't for my smartphone, I frankly don't know where I would be. I think I would say about 70% of what I do and how I do it comes right out of my phone. Maybe even more, maybe even 80% of my income comes out of my phone. Yeah, if you don't put yourself out there, you will have no chance. Listen to what Chanel's saying. I mean, if you don't put yourself out there, you definitely have no chance. There's no way you're going to have a chance. It doesn't matter how great your artwork is. Look, guys, if I don't market my artwork, I've made some paintings that just blow my own mind. But I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. But if I don't market them, nobody sees them. Even worse, if I auction them and I don't market them, I sell them for peanuts.
I'm so sorry, we're closed right now.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I can't sell anything to you.
Why not? I'm the cool guy.
No, you're not.
Oh my God. What are you talking? Oh.
What else are you getting, Jose?
I'm just getting the venti, just the venti pie place.
Okay.
And there you go. Thank you. And the tall strawberry blended lemonade.
Got it.
And a plain bagel with cream cheese toasted. Hang in there, guys.
Plain bagel toasted. What else are you getting?
And a chocolate croissant.
Alrighty.
And
Anything else?
no, I think that's it. Yeah.
Alrighty. I will see you at the window.
Thank you so much. They prank me every time I come here. They tell me that they're closed.
Dad, we're going to have to order some gummies.
Some what?
Ask for raspberry panda gummies.
Okay, raspberry gummies.
Raspberry panda gummies.
Panda? Raspberry panda gummies. Okay. All right, let's order that. Just picking up coffee, guys. Hi.
Hey, how are you this morning?
Good, thank you.
So 1313 today.
Can I add some raspberry panda gummies?
Let me make sure I've got those.
Okay. Yeah, they were totally not closed. They just pranked me.
All right, 1740.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is this it, dude?
All right, here's that for you.
Thank you. Boom.
Your venti pie.
Ooh la la.
Here's that card for
Thank you.
All right, bagel and chocolate sauce.
And that was it, right? I think so.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Hey, you want to have chocolate?
Oh my God. Yeah, why not? Heck yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll give it to one of my minions.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Hell yeah, I just got a free hot chocolate, right? Right now when I open the studio, I might give it to the minion who gets there earlier. So yeah, guys, let's get back to this because then people are going to lose their minds. They're going to be like, where are you, Jose? I'm right here. Look, how much should an artist market? People keep asking this. How much should I market, dude? I don't know. Look, I'm going to tell you something. Some people will see it, will see what you're doing all the time, and they're like, oh my God, too much. Some people. You know how much that some people is? Maybe like 1%. Those are the ones that are going to unsubscribe. Those are the ones that are going to complain. Those are the ones that are going to be like, I don't know if I want to be seeing this all the time. 99.9%, 99%, because I didn't say 0.1%, 99% of people that are watching you actually don't even watch you. Look, I'm dropping videos here every day, and I only get like 1 or 2 people to watch. 99% of people are not watching. There's nearly 30,000 people following me on Instagram. How come every time I do a video, only 1 or 2 people are watching? Sometimes I get lucky and there's like 10 people, but that's about it. How come? Is my message not good? Is the stuff, is the, 8 years of being a full-time artist, earning 6-7 figure incomes, and teaching, sharing, like, hey dude, this is how you do it. This is how I did it. Try this. This is how I'm doing it. Try that. Is that not good? Fuck no, of course it's good. But people are busy in their own lives. People are busy. How many artists are out there struggling? Like really struggling and being like, oh man, I can't even sell anything. 8 years ago, my first year, I sold over $100,000 of artwork. My first year. I'm not part of some I don't know, some viral video. The artist, oh my God, broke 6 figures his first year. You know how they show some viral videos on certain sales platforms, and then they show the picture of the person who's like, I made $200,000 my first year, or whatever, right? Shit, I did that the second year. The third year, I made over $500K, like selling artwork. I'm not saying this to brag. What I'm saying is that isn't the message important for an artist out there who's trying to sell their artwork? Of course it is. Maybe they don't like the way I say it. Maybe some people don't like the way I say it. Completely understand. I think a lot of people don't like the way I say it, but I'm cool with that. Because I ain't getting paid for it, right? So I'm cool with any way I say it. I'm going to be me. I'm not a professional speaker that's like, okay, well, look guys. No, like, it's just a dude sharing some of the info that he's learned along the way. For free, by the way. For free. And so is it not worth it? Of course it is, but people are busy. What happened to I don't know, like I think it's 28,000 people that are following my jam here. Where are they? 28,000. Don't you think that at least 1,000 of them are artists that are struggling? Don't you think that at least 200 of them should be on this live right now? Out of that 28,000, 200 should be on this live, listening to, dude, this is how what do I do? Come on, tell me. Where do I move? Show me how you did it. But they're busy. I don't blame them. They're busy. They're living their own lives. They're going to work. They're making their own paintings. They're not even listening to me. They're not even listening. I put out so much info every day, and they're not even listening. It's free. It's not like I'm trying to sell this info. I'm putting it out for free. Like right now. So how much should an artist market? Look, let me tell you something, guys. They're not even listening to you. So you should market as much as you can, because they're not even paying attention to you. They don't even give a fuck. They don't even know you exist. And not because they're bad, but because they're busy in their own lives. Their parents, their children, their well, not children, but their sons and daughters. Yeah, I guess children, sons and daughters, and of someone. They're taking care of parents. They're taking care of their own children. They're going to school. They're taking care of their own business. You can't blame them. They're busy. They're trying to pitch you something. Chances are someone's trying to pitch me something, right? So, with this being said, If you show something on Facebook or Instagram, and I don't know, you get 100 likes or whatever, let's say you get your 100 likes and 5 comments, and you're like, yeah. I'm talking about for people that are starting out. I'm sure that there's other people that get much more than that. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's the same. Whether you get 100, 1,000 likes, or 5,000 likes, it doesn't matter. They're not even listening. They're not even watching. If you get 100 likes, you have a better chance than the person that gets 5,000 likes. Let me tell you why. You have a better chance if you repeat yourself. The person that gets 5,000 likes won't put something out until like another week or 3 days or whatever. If you repeat yourself, you got a better chance because the first time they didn't even see what you did. Chanel says, one of my mentors has 78,000 followers. She says maybe 200 people will see her marketing. So be as annoying as possible. It is the only way. It's the only way. The algorithm, like your number of followers don't mean anything anymore. It did a few years back, but only for a little short while. There's a lot of artists that thought they were going to make a career out of their followers. You can't make a career out of your followers. It changes all the time. Like, just think about just think for a second. The platforms are made to sell you advertisement, guys. They're not for you. Like, Facebook's not for you. Mark Zuckerberg never said, oh, here, let me give you this platform. No, they gave you the illusion that you were going to build a list, right? An audience of people for free with your sweat equity, with your work, right? They made you believe that it was going to be yours, but then they changed the algorithm. Boop, they switch it on you. And if you were relying on that, you're fucked, right? They switched the algorithm on you. So now you have to pay advertisement because it was never yours to begin with. It wasn't your real estate. It wasn't yours. You were borrowing real estate. Cyber real estate. On Facebook, and I don't care what you're using. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. It's not yours. You're borrowing it. They're gifts for you to borrow. So, no one's watching what you're doing. No one's watching what I'm doing. I know that. Even when I pay, they're not watching. I spend hundreds of dollars each day. Not thousands yet, but hundreds each day on marketing. Hundreds of dollars. I'm dropping hundreds. $300, $400, $500, $700 on marketing every single day. Facebook ads and all kinds of ads. No one's watching. Either way, no one's watching, guys. This does not include all of the videos that I do. I drop about 3-4 videos a day on YouTube. My lazy days, I drop 1 or 2. Because I know no one's watching. No one's even paying attention. And it's not because the info is not good or because the artwork's not good. It's because we live in a world where attention is the holy grail. Everyone's fighting for attention. It's not like back in the 60s. It's not like back in the 60s when all you had to do was advertise on TV and boom, baby, you made it. Or back in the 40s, that all you had to do was advertise on the radio, and boom, baby, you did it, right? Back in the 40s, if you advertise on the radio, like, you made it. That because it was the only channel, right? Everyone's attention was on the radio, or everyone's attention in the 60s was on the TV. In the 70s and 80s, especially the 80s, everyone's attention was on the glossy magazines. Even until the 90s, glossy magazines, everyone's attention was there. All the glossy magazines, everyone's attention was there. Guess where everyone's attention is now? Yeah. Your smartphone. That's where everyone's attention is. The problem is that there used to be only one channel. In the radio station, there was that one station that everybody heard. You know, at a certain time of the day there was baseball. Certain time of the day they were talking about, you know, how to raise your children and blah blah. This is back in the 40s. I'm a marketing geek, right? I'm a marketing nerd. I love marketing. I geek out on that stuff. In the 60s, it was the same thing. There's only about 2 or 3 channels that started developing, but really, I mean, it started with one, you know, and everybody was marketing in that same channel. Even if there was 10 channels at some point in the 70s, even if there was 10 channels, you could still be heard because everyone's attention was on those 10 channels, right? You're on your smartphone. There's Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Those are not just channels. Those are avenues. Okay? Within each avenue, there's channels. Like, this is my channel, right? There's channels all over the damn place on Instagram. Thousands of channels. Millions of channels. My most engaged followers are people I met in person, but it's brutal doing these in-person shows. Yeah, I get it. But you know what? They are the most... they bring the most fruit. I wouldn't stop doing the face-to-face shows. They bring the most fruit. If I want to sell something, a high-ticket item, it really comes down to face-to-face. As a matter of fact, 9 out of 10 times that I sold a 10K plus painting, it's been face-to-face. 9 out of 10, just to give you an idea. The big ticket items, artwork that is more expensive, let's put it that way, is usually sold face-to-face. They won't pay face-to-face. Many times they don't even pay face-to-face. Like, they'll send a PayPal, you know, I'll send them a PayPal invoice or something. But they need to see it. They need to be with you face-to-face. Because it's a trust thing, right? No one's going to give you 10, 20, 30K just because. Especially if they don't know who you are completely. Sometimes they'll fly to you or whatever, but they need to see you. They need to be in front of it and see it. Because at that point, it's an investment. So if that's with that type of artwork, $1,000, $2,000 pieces, it's also the same. People prefer to see it, unless you figure out how to make it easy for them, a refund or how to bring their fear down. Right? Because it's a fear thing. People are afraid of losing their money. With good, it's just fear, you know. It's just fear. It's natural. Every human being has it. Before they buy something, they're like, I don't know if I should do it. The reality is that they should do it. They want to buy it. They've been thinking about it for years. They're just afraid. They're getting cold feet. And they know they should do it, but they need reassurance. So, with this being said, guys, how much should you market if you're an artist? How much should you market? Look, if you're not 24/7, now the fear is that you think that if you're 24/7, you're going to start making people upset. And the reality is that you will make some people upset. But they're not your tribe. Don't worry about them. Let them go. The reality is that if you're not 24/7 in front of them, talking about your message, sharing your experiences, and on and on and on and on, giving gifts. One of my strategies is you have to give gifts, right? You have to give them something worth their time. Like what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing with you guys my knowledge on marketing. What has helped me. This is not something I read somewhere or somebody told me. This is stuff that I know. This is not you're getting it from the horse's mouth here. This is stuff that I know. This is not things that I imagine or I heard it somewhere. No, these are actionable things. Experiential, right? It's experiential knowledge. What's the difference? That I believe it because I've done it. That's the difference. I didn't hear it somewhere. So if you're not bothering people 24/7, you're not even playing the game. By the way, you're not bothering them, but I said that because that's the way it feels, right? You're not bothering them. They don't even know you exist. And the ones that do know you exist, they forgot about you already. People move on, folks. People move on. People buy something from you right now. 1 minute later, they're looking at something else online. Like they bought one of your paintings or whatever on Etsy or eBay or whatever you sell. They bought one of your paintings and they got excited and they like it and they're like, oh yeah. 1 minute later, maybe I'm stretching it too long. 1 minute later, they're looking at lamps or they're looking at what movie they're gonna go watch. Because people follow up rewards with purchases. When people make a purchase, they follow it up by a reward because they need to reassure themselves that it's a good thing. Usually when we have dinner, we want to go to the movies. When we buy shoes, we want to go have dinner. We want to reward the behavior. This, again, I'm telling you, I'm a marketing nerd. So people like to reward the behavior and they move on really fast. They move on. They bought your painting. If you got lucky, they bought your painting, and now they're looking at movie tickets. They're looking at what movie it's going to play at 7 p.m. that they're going to go watch. They're done with you. You're gone. And if you don't show up there again, 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, an hour later, if you don't show up, if they don't see you again, they forgot about you. There's so many artists, man, that they're like, I've heard some artists tell me the fucking funniest shit. They're like, oh yeah, I go and I market, and then I let it rest because I don't want to bother people. I'm like, dude, you're in the wrong business. You should be working somewhere. You should be working for someone who does the marketing. You shouldn't be doing this. You should be working for someone who's in charge of marketing in a company somewhere else. Like, what do you mean you go and you market and then you let it rest? Like, you're not punching someone so that you can let them rest. Your biggest problem is obscurity. They don't even know you exist. So how much should you market? You artists, how much should you market? Two answers to that. As much as humanly possible, and as much as your budget allows it. Those two things. As much as humanly possible, and as much as your budget allows it. Marketing is not branding. I'm not telling you guys here to brand. That will happen on its own. Branding is a byproduct of marketing. I'm not telling you guys to go put a billboard with your face on it and your, That's branding. Marketing is you're leading people to an offer. You're leading people to an offer. You're not even selling yet. You're leading people to an offer. In the offer is where you're going to sell them. But you're leading people to an offer. So if you see me sharing my artwork here, my photographs or whatever, or my paintings, right? I'm telling people, hey, you like what you see here? Click the link below. Go click. Watch it. Go see it. That's marketing. I'm leading people to an offer. That's not the offer. That's just a photograph with a link at the bottom. That's not the offer. When they get to the eBay auction, or they get to the Etsy, or whatever they go to, that's where the offer is. Right? And now I have to sell them there. And I have to let people know what the value is. And that's where people make up their mind, right? Should I bid on this or should not? Should I buy this or should I not buy it? The reality is that almost nobody clicks it. That's the reality. So people are like, oh my God, am I bothering people? Dude, people are not even clicking. People are not even looking, much less clicking. I've run tests where I spend $100 on a click funnel for just one link, right? And I'll spend, I don't know, $10 on another one. And both completely ignored. Multiple tests. I do A/B split testing. Multiple tests. Why? Because people's attention is not on you or me or anyone. People's attention is on their own world, their own thing. Whatever's happening at that moment in their life. Oh, but my paintings are so beautiful. How come people don't buy them? They're so beautiful. Everybody tells me they're beautiful. Yeah, everybody that sees them, right? Everybody that sees them. See, your math is wrong. Your math is wrong. You show your paintings to someone, and once a week you get someone saying, oh, it's beautiful. You know, and then you add that up and you're like, oh my God, everybody tells me. Yeah, but who's everybody? The 10 people that saw it this week? That's not everybody. You didn't show it to them enough. It was just 10 people. The reality is that in order to make it as an artist, I believe you have to have lots of courage. Courage to go beyond your own fears and the fears that are imposed in the world, which are, you're going to bother people. Yes, I am very aware of that. I'm going to bother people. Okay, tell me something else. Shit, Starbucks bothers me all the time. Every time I'm driving, I see them. McDonald's bothers me all the time. Every time I drive, I see them everywhere I go. The Kardashians bother me all the time. I can't turn on the TV without seeing an ad or something. I look at my phone and there's something. There's either Kylie selling something, or Kim is a lawyer now. She's always fucking bothering me. I don't even know the chick, and she's always bothering me. Why? Because unless they bother me, I won't listen to them. This is what children do. Children want milk, they have to cry, they have to bother you. Because they know that if they don't bother you, they're not going to get it. They're not even going to get your attention. This is a natural human instinct. The child cries and uses their voice, right? Their sound to get mom to pay attention. Oh, the baby's crying. The baby, we need to change the baby. Or we need to feed the baby because the baby's crying. If the baby's not crying, nobody pays attention. Everything's fine. The baby's fine. But if the baby starts crying, then we know. Then we know that we need to take care of the baby, right? It's the same thing with your career, guys. You ain't crying enough. You ain't crying enough. So if you're not crying, no one's paying attention to you. You're not crying often and loud enough. So as an artist, I'll tell you this. Whatever you painted, and you're asking, why haven't I sold it? Or why haven't people bid on it on my eBay shop or whatever? Let me tell you this. 9 out of 10, it's not because your artwork sucks, or it's not unique enough, or it's not different enough, or it's not good enough. 9 out of 10, no one even saw it. No one is even aware of it. And when you do get people aware of it, they forgot about it. You have to do it so much that is exhausting. At times it's just exhausting. But it's exhausting for you only. How's it going, Kelly? It's exhausting for you. Because the reality is, again, that it doesn't matter how exhausted you are, that people are, that you're promoting. XO, how's it going? XO says, speaking the truth. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Doesn't matter how much you market your artwork. No one's paying attention. It's a very small group of people that are paying attention. Look what Chanel said. Chanel said that one of her mentors says that she has 78,000 followers on Instagram or somewhere. I don't know where. I'm guessing it's Instagram. It doesn't matter where. All it's the same. They're all playing by algorithms. They're not showing your stuff to anybody anymore. Because the amount of followers you got, it's meaningless today. I mean, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try to get more, but it's not what you think it is. It doesn't mean that you show something and 78,000 people will see it. That's not how it works. It means you show something, and if you're lucky, 100 people see it. If you have 78,000 followers. And out of that 100 or 200 people that see it, let me tell you the truth of the truth on that. Okay? Only 2 or 3 people were paying attention. The rest of them, they're on autopilot. They just look and like, just move on. Look and like and move on. Autopilot, you know? They're not even paying attention to it. They don't even care about it. They're thinking about like the gas bill, the electric bill. They're thinking about their boyfriend, their girlfriend. They're thinking about their own bullshit. It's their life. You know, they're thinking about their own life. They're not thinking about, oh, I can't wait to see Jose Trujillo's new paintings. They're not thinking. I know that. I know that. Kelly says pay to play the game today. Yeah, I mean, and it's not just that, you know. It's not just that. You got. I believe. On my experience, is that you got to do all of it. You got to do. You can't let go of organic either. Organic is what I'm doing here. I'm not paying anybody to do this, right? I'm sharing free info here, and it's organic. And only 3 people are watching this. Maybe 10 hours from now, another 5 people watch it. Maybe if I upload it on YouTube, another 10 people see it. And so now I have, I don't know, 20 people total see it. Maybe if I share it on Facebook, another 5 people will see it. I have 18,000 likes on my fan page. If I'm lucky, one or 5 people might see it. If I just show it once. You know? Live is where it's at the moment. Yeah, it keeps switching, right? It keeps switching. But it doesn't mean that I stop doing marketing. It doesn't mean that I stop doing paid advertisement. It doesn't mean that I stop doing... I write articles on LinkedIn. Those are free. That's organic, right? I get coaching gigs from that. People are like, here, let me pay you $300. Coach me on how to do this. How do I sell on eBay? How do I do this? How do I start getting commissions? Or some people want to learn how to coach. And so I get gigs from different little places, but I'm using it all, right? Because I know no one's paying attention. Even where I pay, people are not paying attention. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You're not doing enough of it. You could be paying, like I said, you could be paying $100 every day on Instagram, and you're like, man, I haven't sold anything. Well, because it doesn't work like that. You know? It doesn't work like that. You could be paying $1,000 a day, and you could be throwing it away. You could be throwing away your money. Thank you so much, EXO. Why? Because it's a combination of things, right? You need to do a combination of things. You need to do a combination because 3 people might be watching here. 5 people might be watching here. Then I go and I remind people on LinkedIn. Another 2 people might watch it. Then I go and I remind people on Twitter. Another 2 people might watch it. By the end of the day, this message was probably seen by 20 people, and maybe 2 people paid attention. Maybe 3 people paid attention. I don't know. Right? In each one of those platforms, I got over 10,000 people that are supposedly watching, but they're not really watching, right? They're invested in their own life. That doesn't include paid advertising. That doesn't include email lists. That doesn't include leverage lists, because I use leverage lists. That's another little tip. I'll teach you guys about that some other time. That doesn't include all those things. And still people are not paying attention. And still people are not paying attention. Why is that? It's always been like that. It'll never change. This is why every time you make your little painting and you share it on Instagram or whatever, and then you're frustrated, and the next day you do it again, and you share your painting, and then you get frustrated, and nothing happens, and the next day you do it again, and nothing happens. Well, let me just tell you something. No one's watching then, guys. In order for someone to start sort of kind of paying attention, you got to do that at least 100 times a day. People say I market too much. Go away. The people that tell me I market too much, go away. Change the channel. It ain't for you. I know that if I don't at least do this, look what I do. I drop in content at least 100 times a day. It's the only way that I can get people to sort of start looking at what I'm doing. Right now I got virtual assistants dropping content all day. Every 5 minutes I drop content somewhere. Every 5 minutes. Somewhere, someone's dropping content. Someone's retweeting something. Will it take that? I don't know. Maybe it should be every minute, not every 5 minutes. Follow any of the people that are doing anything. Watch how much paid advertisement they're doing. Watch how much content they're dropping. How much organic, how much, no one's watching. That's why. Then someone subscribes to my newsletter, or someone likes my Facebook page, someone likes my Instagram. And it's just another little push, right? It's just another little push. But it doesn't mean they're buying anything. The numbers that you need in order to start getting attention for yourself and possibly selling something are ridiculously high. Just to tell you guys, the numbers that you need in order to start making something happen are very high. Like, you literally have to be dropping. And by the way, some people are like, oh my God, but I only got this painting. Will I bother people if I drop the same painting again? Look, they didn't see it the first 10 times you dropped it. That's how this game works. You drop a painting on LinkedIn or on Instagram, and then you're like, oh, okay, I wonder who saw it. No one saw it. Let me tell you, no one saw it. Oh, but it got retweeted twice. Still no one saw it. Drop it again. But change the pitch now. Put it on a frame. Make it look different. Drop it again. Put it over a sofa. Drop it again. Drop it 10 times a day in different ways. The same painting. You don't have to paint like me. You don't have to go paint 10 paintings. You don't have to go paint, you don't have to go paint more. Danny says, I noticed I'll post free stuff and give always and nobody responds. Yeah, that you could be giving away $100 and no one's gonna care. You could be like, here's $100, come and get it. People are like, they're not even paying attention. They're like, what? You got to think of it this way, guys. You got to think of it this way. Okay? We're in a pool. We're in a pool. We're in an ocean of noise. It is literally a fucking ocean of noise. And most people don't get this. The online world is an ocean of noise. Just noise everywhere. No one's paying attention.
7:42.
Let's go. So, okay, guys. I'll come back right now. I'm going to drop on my son. That's cool. And we'll continue this conversation. All right? Stay tuned.